Stay out of nursing homes forever. 5 must-do actions every senior should make right now. Okay, let's get into it. Most seniors think ending up in a nursing home is just a matter of luck. It's not. We're at that age. Hi, I'm Greg Colosi. I'm 69 years old. And we never thought about this stuff when we were in our 30s and maybe starting in our 40s. But now, okay, if you're not in a nursing home, and if you are, sorry, maybe you can get out, okay, by doing some of these actions. There are 5 things that practically guarantee that you'll stay out of a nursing home, okay? You've got to stay independent. You've got to stay strong and stay in your own home as long as you want. And most people over 60 aren't doing any of them, okay? You know, we've got our children that might want to put us in a home, okay? You know, I've had some of my friends talk about their parents, and they say their parents don't want to leave, and they don't understand why. And I am thinking, these are guys that are my age, okay? And I'm thinking, I wouldn't want to leave my home, okay? No matter how old we are, we think like we're 35 years old, okay? We still have that mentality upstairs. So who wants to leave their home? I don't, okay? As you can see right here, this is my man cave. It's a separate building. It used to be a pool house. We have no pool now. When we moved in 20 years ago, the pool was gone, and this was just an empty building, okay? And I turned it into my office. You can see all the golf stuff. I'm a golfer in the back. And my kitchen. And I got a big screen TV, and actually I got another TV on top of that. So as you know, I'm a golfer, and I've got a lot of golf buddies. And during the major tournaments, if you're a golfer, you know what they are, okay? I have 30, 40 guys over here, and it's the summertime, so I've got all these sliding glass doors. It's open. It's only 600 square feet, but I've got a big outdoor area, and we play both TVs. On top, we play Caddyshack, and then we play the tournament below, and then I got a TV outside on top of a picnic table that I move out there. But anyway, I don't want to leave this. I don't even want to go to a different home. I don't want to downgrade, okay? Another reason I don't want to downgrade. The big house, which I call it, it's got 4 bedrooms in it, okay? We've got the marital bedroom. And then because this house, it was built in 1915, you know, houses then were chopped up a little bit. We had it opened up somewhat, but some things we didn't do, and we're glad we do, because you can enter through a porch in the basement, okay? We're on a creek, okay? And we're actually in the middle of a town called Pittsford. We see green all around us, but we go up, you know, within a half a mile is a plaza, actually less than that. We can cross a bridge on my property and get to the plaza next door, okay? But anyway, upstairs, we created a little business, okay? And on some of my videos, you know, I talk about side hustles. This was a side hustle for us. We started out as an Airbnb, you know, and people change every night or every couple of nights, and my wife's the cleaner in the family. She's got a house cleaning business, by the way, at 65, still works it, okay? And she does it to keep herself young. So we rent to now traveling nurses by the bedroom, okay? And we put up a mini kitchenette or so. You know, we've got the frying pan, we've got the electric frying pan, we've got the microwave, I've got an air fryer, we've got some portable hot plates, okay? They can cook through there. So it's not a real, you know, and they got a refrigerator, a little refrigerator in each one of the rooms, and then there's 2 refrigerators down in the kitchenette area, which doubles as a sit on this day bed and watch TV room, okay? So they basically got their bedroom. Most of the ladies work a lot and they go to their bedroom. They stay in the bedroom. Now in the summertime, we've got a great lawn, okay? And they're all over the lawn, and we accept pets because we've got 2 dogs ourselves, and it's wonderful for them. We get over $1,000 per month per bedroom. And when I say over, it's like $1,200 each. So $3,600 comes in every month. and covers everything and leaves us with money, all of our home expenses, the mortgage, a little bit left on the mortgage, the taxes, okay, we're in that side of town where the taxes are a lot, okay, and all the utilities and any repairs that we do, it's all easily covered by that, okay? So I don't want to leave my home, okay? My wife doesn't want to. We have committed to each other that we're going to do whatever it takes to keep my wife out of a nursing home and keep me out of a nursing home. As I said, I'm 69 years young. I walk the golf course carrying my bag half of the time. So that's 50 rounds a year, okay? I couldn't do that 3 years ago, okay? I was a diabetic, and we'll get into that more in a little bit. Every senior has to live their life on their terms with health, strength, independence, and dignity. So let's get into the 5 things every senior must do right now to guarantee that you won't go into a nursing home. Number 1 is build functional strength, not gym strength, okay? You don't need muscles, you need function. Can you stand up in a chair without using your hands, okay? So take one of your dining room chairs, put it out in the open, sit on it, and get up. If you can't get up, okay, that's not good. So here's how I would start. I'd go to the edge of the chair and get up, the edge of the chair and get up, the edge of the chair and get up, okay? That's how I would start. If you can't even do that, there's some other things you got to do, okay? So next is, can you get off the floor? About 3 years ago or so, I'm down in Charlotte with my grandkids, and I wipe out in some mulch, and that's Cookie. Cookie, stop it. We got a couple of dogs, okay? Hang on. Okay, I got that worked out. Okay, so we were talking about the chair, okay? Can you get off the floor? Oh, I was talking about Charlotte. So I'm in Charlotte, and I wipe out on some mulch. I'm playing with my grandkids, and I couldn't get off the ground. So I had to do something about that. We'll talk about that in a little while, okay? Can you carry... So what do? You get on the floor, and you practice getting up. You get on the floor, and you practice getting up. Get on something soft, practice getting up, okay? If you're overweight, like I was, 65, 70 pounds ago, I could not get off the floor, okay? So if you're really overweight, you got to lose weight first, and we're going to talk about that in a moment, okay? So your daily routine, 10, sit to stand. So sit on the chair, go up. Sit on the chair, go up, okay? Sit on the edge of the chair, go up if you can't sit back in the chair, okay? 10 step-ups on a stair. Step up once, down. Step up once, down. Step up once, down, okay? If that's easy for you, do more of those. And if you're a gym person, you know what to do, okay? Walk 10 minutes at least twice a day, or do it all at one time, okay? I get in about 7,000 steps a day. It's not the 10,000 ones, it's the 7,000 steps, okay? In the summertime, when I'm playing golf, I easily beat that because it's 7,000 steps just to walk the golf course. And then my normal walking puts me over 10 on most of those days, okay? So walk, okay? Walking is wonderful for you. Light dumbbells or soup cans, okay? If you got soup cans, even the bigger soup cans, you can do this with them. Or hold them out to the side and up and down, okay? Right at your home. Or if you like going to the gym, you know what to do. If you're already at the gym, you've got this one beat, probably. Train your balance daily. My balance was really good when I was going to yoga, okay? 3 times a week. We do the, I think it's called the tree stand, okay? We stand up and we bend our knee and put our foot against our leg like this with the knee out, and you stand there for 10, 20, 30 seconds, okay? Here's an easy way to do it. Just lift up one foot, could only be an inch off the ground, and just try to stand there. If it's hard at first, hold on to that dining room chair and just keep practicing that and alternate legs, okay? You don't know how important balance is. You do know how, I'm sure you do, okay? Our biggest fear for us at our age, and it's well documented, studies have been done, is falling at our age, okay? And if you fall, a bad fall, it's usually the end, okay? I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But by the way, I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not an accountant. I'm not an attorney. I'm not an expert in any of those things, okay? I am an expert when it comes to business, and we'll talk about that and some other things. But exercise, I'm just learning now. Well, I did exercise my whole life, and I stopped for a while, but now I'm back. But the exercises are different now. We need it more now than we did when we were younger, okay? We need it, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Okay? Doesn't have to be that much. And you know that if you commit to doing it and you don't want to do it, but you get up and do it, you feel so much better once it's done. And once you start, it's easy. I used to be a runner, okay? I'd run 6 days per week, and I'd run about 3 miles a day. Not a lot, but that's what I did when I was younger. And I didn't want to go out freezing in the morning. It's 10 degrees outside. I didn't want to go, but once you get started, then you like it, okay? You're out there. So you know that, okay? I'm not telling you anything new. But hearing it again is good for you, okay? And good for me. By the way, as the teacher here, I learn more than you do. How? I got to research all this stuff. And I got to take a look at what I'm doing and say it in a way that everybody gets it, because I might do it one way because I can, and you do it a different way because you're at a different stage. Maybe you're at the beginning stage, or maybe you're at a stage where it's more advanced, okay? So I learn more than you do, so thank you. So you stand alone on one foot for 10 to 20 seconds, or hold a chair if you can't. Walk heel to toe, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Try that. It goes real slow, but it builds your balance and it builds the muscles in your foot, okay? Turn slowly with control, okay, with your feet. Just turn, walk and turn slowly. Another thing I do, which I didn't find in any of the research, I found it somewhere else, and I've been doing it for a couple of years because I had neuropathy really bad in my feet, is I walk barefoot on the ground a lot every day. The big house is about 75 yards away from here, and I go back and forth 20 times a day. So I'm always outside, okay? I'm in the lawn with the dogs. I'm always barefoot. Barefoot is better for balance, okay? And I've changed my shoes too. My sneakers, those ones that got the cushions on the bottom and say it's more comfortable for you, well, it's not good for you, okay? You can go like this and twist your ankle very easily. That's not why I'm telling you this, though. But the closer your feet are to the ground and they can feel it, and your toes can spread out in your shoes, the better balance you will get, and you're building your balance by doing that, okay? So I have found some fashionable sneakers, okay? I like wingtip sneakers that allow me to do that, okay? My feet spread out. I always buy the wide, okay? Even though your feet aren't wide, so your toes can spread out, that's what your feet need, okay? If you got any questions, leave them down in the comment, and I'll try to give you the answers. By the way, all these videos that I do come from you. So if you got an idea for a video, please leave it down below. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's keep your brain sharp with novelty. Your brain strengthens through new experiences. Learn a side hustle, okay? I am still in business, okay? Since I was 38, I worked out of my home, and it's been that way ever since. I do have employees, none right now, okay? But when I had employees, they were at an office somewhere where I wasn't there, or they worked out of their own homes, okay? Now I have all subcontractors that help me with all kinds of things. So start small projects, okay? Keep your mind doing anything. Learning anything is good for your brain. I thought after age 60, there's nothing else to learn. There is so much to learn. I've got 5 books that I ordered in the last month that I've got to read, okay? And I read every day to learn new things. Most of them are all business uh, um, business type books, okay, nonfiction books. I haven't read a fiction book in a long time. I used to do that for entertainment, and I got hung up in it, and that's all I read, and I needed to read books for business, so I stopped doing that. Maybe later on, maybe when I retire, okay? By the way, I'm not retired, okay? And there are a lot of people that retire, and they're done, okay? They're like a fish out of water. They don't know what to do. And if you don't have something to do, your brain's going to rot, okay? That's the first thing that's going to go, your brain. And then, excuse me, and then your muscles are going to go, okay? Your balance is going to go. So you've got to do something, okay? Teach one of your grandkids something, you know? And I just committed to this recently. I got 3 grandkids, 11, 7, and 5 or 6. Maybe 6. He's 6 now. Whenever they ask me to do something, and we're not in Charlotte, they're in Charlotte, we're in Rochester, it's a 12-hour drive. You know, we go there half a dozen times a year, but sometimes you get tired and you don't want to do anything. These young kids, as you know, your grandkids, you probably got a bunch like me, are always wanting to do something. So I've committed, anytime they ask me to do something, that I'm going to do it. Now, if I'm working on something on a computer on the counter and they just come by and say something, depends. But I'm going to try to do it every single time. And that's going to help you with your brain function. Trying things, you know, we make a lot of things together. I bought them these frames to put on the wall, and they can slip in a new picture each time. So in our bedroom over there, they color us new things every time we come, and we got 3 of those above our bed, and it's just wonderful. So anyway, we can teach them things, okay, on what to do. Shooting videos is one of the things that I do with them. And my granddaughter is the one that is the videographer. So I teach them to cook also. So anytime they ask me to cook, I get up and we cook. So work with your grandkids. And maybe you can make that commitment also, to be the grandparent that does everything, okay? The one that does everything. When you're in your car, I do this just because I like variety, but I never thought of it this way. Practice new routes. I always try to drive back a different way. The golf course is 20 minutes from here, and yesterday I drove back down this street, down this road, it's out in the country, okay, that I never drove down before, and I saw this house that was unbelievable, and how beautiful it was, and houses in the middle of nowhere that are gorgeous, okay, and fruit stands and vegetable stands. I mean, it's just exciting to do that. Drive new routes, okay? And every Friday during the golf season, 4 of us go to a different golf course an hour from here, either east, west, or south. North is Canada, the lake. We can't go there. And they know that on the way down, I take the scenic route, okay? And we just factor that in. Usually it's a half an hour more, so we do that. And I think everybody likes it. We stop at fruit stands and vegetable stands and garage sales, you know, yard sales. So just be open to that kind of thing. Keep your curiosity going in your brain, because you know what? It's there. You just got to bring it out. Next, and this one was already done for me, and I don't know how it's going to be for you, is build a social circle of strength, okay? Have a bunch of guys or gals that you hang out with on a pretty regular basis, okay? Fortunately, I've played the game of golf my whole life since I was 7 years old. I've got 3 brothers that play. My dad played while he was alive, okay? He's the one that got us into the game. And I got a lot of nephews that play golf. So most of my friends are golfers because we see each other a lot, okay? And during the summer, we go on about 6, 7, 8 weekend type trips, okay? We hang out together. That's my social circle, okay? And I've got what I consider, I've got my best friend, okay? Then I've got Johnny B, who I call my second best friend, because my brother Mark is his best friend. And then my brother Gary and my brother Mark are very, very good friends. So I can lean on them, and they're part of my social circle. We go out, we play golf together, we get together at my brother's hunting camp, even though I don't hunt. A bunch of cousins come, and I cook for everybody. So stay involved socially, okay? I know the wintertime comes, the sun's not out that much, you want to stay in, force yourself to go out because it's good for you, okay? And if you don't have a circle, create one. How do you do that? How about a book club? My wife's involved in a book club. And then she has a bunch of girls she goes out with every week on Thursday night, and they go for dinner and they talk. Used to be movie and a dinner, now it's just dinner, okay? I haven't been to a movie since before COVID. But anyway, that's what she does, and it works for her, and my deal works for me. So create your own book club if that's the case, okay? Or a knitting club if you're a knitter, crocheter. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can start, and maybe you could tell me what you do with your circle of friends. Leave it down in the comments. I'd like to know that. Fix your food first. This is the first thing, that you must do. 3 years ago, I fixed my food. I was a diabetic, and I was on metformin. I really didn't even know I was a diabetic. I kind of thought I really didn't understand this A1C and glucose thing, okay? Now I understand it, okay? By the way, again, I'm not a doctor, but these are my own personal experiences. Check with your doctor, even though they might not give you the answer that is a good one. But check with your doctor, check with others. Go on YouTube University. You're on here now. Go on there and see how to get rid of your diabetes. You will see a ton of doctors telling you how to do it through food, okay? Here is what I did. And I think today, right at this moment, I'm 65 pounds lighter. Sometimes it goes to 70. I'm 65 pounds lighter than I was 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I was 50 pounds. So I only lost 10 pounds in that year. I'm 50 pounds lighter than I was 2 years ago. So I guess 2 years ago, you could say this, or so maybe it was 2.5 years ago, I changed my diet drastically. I found out that sugar causes diabetes. Now, what is sugar and where is sugar found? Okay, that's bread, that's pasta, that's rice, that's oatmeal. Don't quench on me, okay? I know maybe you've been eating oatmeal your whole life. Maybe you still can, but listen to me, okay? I'm Italian, and I cook, okay? During COVID, I had a business called Italian Meals Delivered. And still at Christmas time, I cook lasagnas for a bunch of people that were on that list. I make 10, 15 lasagnas. So I know what you're thinking, okay? I was cooking, and I was eating. And my pasta is homemade with the machine, okay? And I changed my diet. Here is what I did, okay? No ultra or no processed food, okay? Now, bologna is processed, but it's much better for you than a bag of Doritos, okay? So deli meat is semi-processed, but it's way, way, way better than a piece of bread, some pasta, and especially Doritos, which are ultra-processed food. So I gave up everything in a bag or a box, okay? Everything in a bag or a box. That's the first thing that I did. And then a little bit later, I gave up bread and pasta, okay? Then, a little bit later than that, my glucose was still high because I had a Dexcon, one of those things, I got an app on my phone, was still pretty high. So I gave up all the starchy vegetables, potatoes, any of those things that that shed off a lot of, and fruit, because fruit has a lot of fructose. They call it fructose. I thought it was fructose in it, okay? So I gave up all of those, and then it all started to happen, okay? After I gave up all of those, within 3 months, my A1C went, I think at that time it might have been 7.1, 7.5, went down to 5.6. And it's 5.3 right now. And if you know anything about glucose, yesterday my glucose average was 92, an average for the day. Now, I don't have a Dexcom. I've got their other one, Stenlo or something like that, that I pay for every month, $89 a month to do that. But it's worth it for me to see what kind of things move, okay? I thought peanut butter was good. But when I have peanut butter, it keeps my glucose high for a long period of time. Type 1 diabetics that need sugar, a lot of them take peanut butter when they need it really badly because it goes for a long time. My cousin Joseph, who's not a senior, okay, but he will be a senior one day, he's in his late 40s, he's a type 1 diabetic, and if you know that's not irreversible. When his blood sugar goes too low, he eats a couple, 2 or 3 strawberries, okay? And by the way, if you're a type 1 diabetic, you might consider what I'm about to talk to in just a moment. He cut his insulin in half, okay? He's got one of those devices on him that shoots it in when it needs it, okay? And he cut his insulin in half. So anyway, here's how I eat now. And again, you can start slowly like I did. Or if you're one of those that wants to go right into it right away, I am what people call a carnivore. I eat bacon, eggs, and meat. Fish doesn't satiate me, fill me up, so I don't eat that too much. But if I go out and if I can get a broiled fish when we're out, that's what I do normally, okay? So I eat bacon, eggs, and meat, and butter, okay? Those are all good fats. Now, I would advise you, if this is something you want to do, tell me you want more on the carnivore diet down below, and I'll explain more of that in another video. Or you want me to recommend some videos that you should watch in regards to the carnivore diet. Maybe I was interviewed. Okay, I'll do that. I was interviewed. Let me mark that down. I was interviewed by Dave Mack is his name, and it's No Carb Life, okay? So I'm going to put the link for Dave Mack in the description down below, okay? So you can watch my interview, and then I'd watch a lot of his videos because they are very, very, very good. So I eat just meat, okay? I'm 190, sometimes 195, so that's 65 pounds. And take a look at the picture of me, of how heavy I used to be, okay? It's quite a few years ago, but that's how heavy I used to be. Okay, also, I take no meds whatsoever. Nothing, okay? Nada. Nothing. My joints feel great. Sorry for the thing there. These videos, I don't do any edits, okay? You're going to notice one little edit because, anyway, I cut out the sugar, okay? No seed oils. The only oils you should be using is olive oil, either extra or that, avocado oil, or coconut oil, okay? It comes kind of like in a paste like Crisco does, but it melts right down. Or what I do is I save all my bacon grease. Oh, butter too. Use butter, okay? Butter is great. I save all the fat that comes off of when I make ground beef, and I use that to cook other things with. That's how our grandparents did it, okay? Out there now are these seed oils. You know, a vegetable oil. They put a name vegetable on it, but it all comes from seeds, okay? Do you know what seed or vegetable oil or canola oil, any type of those peanut oils, all of those mixed together, you know what they were used for back in the early 1900s? They used to lubricate machine parts. And there was so much of it, actually Henry Ford found another business, and he sold all of that extra stuff, or maybe even, I don't even know if he created the company or not, but that's where seed oils came from. Seed oils are horrible for you. They have a half-life. They stay in your body for 180 days, okay? Nothing that stays in your body that long is good for you. As a non-doctor, I say that, okay? Eat your protein first, walk after your meals, and hydrate, okay? Hydrate. You don't need to go crazy and drink a couple of gallons, but, drink 3 or 4 8-ounce glasses. And, you don't have to sip it all day long. If that's your style, sip it. Dogs drink a lot at one time. If you're really thirsty, drink a lot at one time. I get up and I have, about 2 8-ounce glasses of water first thing in the morning. That's probably the best thing that you can do. And I stop around 4 or 5 p.m., so at nighttime, I don't have to get up and pee. But I still do once in a while, most of the time. But I'm working on that too, okay? And if I come up with a solution for that, I'll let you know. So your life is far from over, okay? I had this time 2 years ago. I thought nobody would listen to me business-wise, and I went on YouTube and I found all these guys older than me, okay? I'm at the perfect age to do this because I'm talking to you, my peers. And there are some things that you can do, which we'll get into another video, but take heed on all these things. I know it's a lot of information, okay? But if you got questions, go downstairs, go down and walk down carefully. Go down in the description, go down in the comments and let me know, okay? Thanks, and thanks for letting me go for a while here. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.